The doll always faced the door. It didn't matter where we put it, how we turned it, or how many times we tried to ignore it. Every morning it was watching the door again. And the strange part wasn't the doll. The strange part was the night it turned to look at me. If you enjoy disturbing stories like this, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Dark Whispers, because some stories don't end when the video does. They follow you home. It started after we moved into the new house. The place was old, quiet, and strangely empty, like it had been waiting for someone. My younger sister Emily found the doll in the attic on our first day. It was sitting alone in a dusty corner, perfectly clean, as if someone had placed it there recently. The doll looked simple: pale face, dark glass eyes, a faded blue dress, but its expression felt wrong, not scary at first, just too aware. Emily loved it immediately. She named it Lily. That first night I walked past Emily's room and noticed something strange. The doll was sitting on the shelf near her bed, facing directly toward the bedroom door. I remember this clearly because the rest of the toys faced the room, but Lily stared at the door like it was waiting for someone to enter. I didn't think much of it. Kids place toys randomly. But the next morning, Emily told us something strange during breakfast. She said Lily didn't like it when the door was closed. She said Lily needed to watch the hallway. My parents laughed. Imaginary friends, childhood imagination, nothing unusual. But that night, before sleeping, I walked into Emily's room and slowly turned the doll away from the door. I made sure its face looked toward the wall. I even checked twice. The next morning, the doll was facing the door again. I asked Emily if she moved it. She shook her head. She said Lily moves by herself when everyone sleeps. Again, my parents laughed. I didn't. Over the next few days, I started testing it. Each night, I changed the doll's position. I placed it facing the window, the closet, the bed. Once, I even laid it flat inside a drawer. Every morning, it was back, sitting upright, watching the door. That's when the house started feeling different. At night, the hallway outside Emily's room felt colder than the rest of the house. The air felt heavy, like walking through invisible smoke. Sometimes when the lights were off, I thought I saw movement near her doorway. Small movements, quick shadows. Then Emily started talking to Lily. At first, it was normal childish conversation. She would whisper to it, laugh, and nod like she was listening. But slowly her behavior changed. She began speaking less during the day and whispering more at night. One evening I stood outside her room and listened. She wasn't talking. She was answering. There were pauses between her words, like someone else was speaking first. That night I told my parents something wasn't right. They checked her room, smiled, and told me to stop scaring myself. They said moving to a new house makes everyone nervous. But the dreams started soon after. I began dreaming of the hallway outside Emily's room. In the dream, the house was silent and dark. The only sound was a soft, scratching noise coming from behind her door. And in the dream, the doll stood outside the room, watching the hallway. Not inside, outside, watching. I woke up every time with the same feeling that something in the house was trying to enter, and the doll was guarding the door. One night, around 3 a.m., I woke up thirsty and walked toward the kitchen. As I passed Emily's room, I froze. Her bedroom door was open. The hallway light was off, but I could see the doll clearly. It was sitting in the doorway. Facing the darkness of the hall, I felt a chill spread through my body. I stepped closer, telling myself Emily must have placed it there. But something about the way it sat felt deliberate, protective, or warning. I slowly picked it up and placed it back inside her room. As I turned away, I heard something behind me. A soft knock, 3 gentle taps, coming from inside Emily's closet. I ran. The next morning, I checked the doll again. It was back at the door, watching. From that day, Emily's behavior grew stranger. She started leaving her door slightly open every night. When my parents closed it, she would wake up crying, saying Lily couldn't see properly. She said Lily was protecting her. From what? She never answered. Weeks passed, and the tension in the house became unbearable. Strange sounds at night, doors creaking, soft footsteps in empty rooms, and always the doll watching the door. Then came the night everything changed. It was raining heavily outside. The power went out around midnight, leaving the house in complete darkness. I woke up to the sound of Emily laughing in her room. Not normal laughter, slow, empty. I walked toward her room, my phone flashlight shaking in my hand. Her door was open. The room was silent. Emily was asleep in her bed, but the doll was no longer facing the door. It was turned toward me, its glass eyes locked directly on mine. I froze. I was sure I had never seen it look away from the door before. Not once. My heart pounded as I slowly stepped backward. Then, behind me in the hallway, I heard breathing. Deep, heavy, not human. I turned my flashlight toward the darkness, but nothing was there. When I looked back into the room, the doll had returned to its usual position, facing the door again, as if nothing had happened. The next morning, Emily was gone. Her bed was empty. The window was locked from inside. The front door had not been opened. There were no signs of forced entry, but the doll was still there, sitting by the door, watching. Police searched the house for days. No answers, no evidence, just silence. My parents could not stay in that house after what happened. We packed everything and left within a week. Everything except the doll. No one wanted to touch it. Years passed. We tried to forget, tried to move on. But sometimes late at night I still wondered what the doll had been watching, and what it had been protecting Emily from, or protecting the world from. Last year I visited the old house. Curiosity, guilt, I don't know why. The place was abandoned, covered in dust and decay. The air inside felt heavier than I remembered. I walked slowly through the hallway toward Emily's room. The door was still there, slightly open, and sitting beside it was the doll, perfectly clean, untouched by time, facing the door, watching. I felt something move behind me, a presence in the darkness of the hallway, a cold breath near my ear, and then I understood. The doll was never watching the hallway. It was watching something inside the room, something that never left. Slowly, the bedroom door began to creak open by itself. A deep scratching sound came from inside. The darkness within the room seemed to breathe. The doll turned, not toward the door, toward me. And for the first time, I saw its small porcelain lips move. It whispered one word, "Run." I never went back to that house again. But sometimes, late at night, I wake up and feel something watching my bedroom door. And every morning, I check the corner of my room, just to make sure there isn't a doll sitting there, facing the door, watching. Some things are not toys. Some things are guards, and some doors should never be opened. Welcome to Dark Whispers, where the stories don't end when the lights go out.